Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back in. This will be like part 2 of that video that I was just making. But like I was saying, just to give a brief update in regards to like what's going on. Pretty much been homeless, and they pretty much snatched my son away from me. Like what they did is, how they did it. They allowed my son to basically, they allowed my son to stay with me for like a month. Like the last month that I would be in the apartment. Like they made sure that he was with me. He was there with me full time. And it's all plays into like the whole psychological game, like them trying to fuck you mentally and shit like that. So they allow him to stay. They allow him to stay at the house. Meanwhile, you know what I mean. Like my baby mama, she is, like I said, the roles had pretty much switched. The roles had pretty much switched. Like, so it was at one point like, and this was all in a year. I only stayed in the apartment that I was in a year. At the beginning of the year, when we first moved into the apartment, I'm working like 2 jobs. You feel me? Working 2 jobs, paying the bills, yada, 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 taking care of the home, whatever. Not long after that is when I started to experience the whole workplace mobbing shit. So I'm getting fed up with it. And so I'm just like, man, fuck this shit. Like I'll find another job, which I swung between jobs. Like these motherfuckers be having an EML something in their truck and shit too. Swung back and forth between like 3 or 4 jobs. Like it's harassment going on like every, you know what I mean? Like every warehouse that I go in. I'm either getting into it with a lead, a supervisor, you know what I mean? Like they trying to handle me on some shit, like overwork me. See the green. Trying to overwork me, just handle me, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm just like, I'm picking up on the shit, but I still ain't really knowing like what's going on for real. You know what I mean? Like, I still ain't knowing what's going on for real. I just like, yo, like, what the fuck? Like, everybody just acting weird as hell. Like, everybody just started acting weird all at one time. So, that was obviously, you know what I mean? Like, the harassment becoming overt. So, like I said, I swung in between like 3 or 4 jobs. Harassed, like money fucked with, hours fucked with, like just all types of shit. Like they coming and going now. Just all types of shit. So I think my last job that I worked at a Domino's. Yeah, I was working at a Domino's, and once I quit that job, like once I said fuck that shit, like that's when they wouldn't hire me anywhere else. They wouldn't hire me anywhere else. So I was just pretty much me and my baby mama. Like, granted, she's still at the house. You feel me? She's still at the house at this time. They start hitting me with the weapons. You know what I mean? Like, she start gaslighting me, like all types of shit. So we start getting into altercations. She start creating scenarios so we can get into altercations and shit. And shit got abusive. Shit got violent. You know what I mean? Like, because like my son was being attacked. Like, they were using witchcraft on my son, like waking him up, you feel me? Like waking him up out of his sleep. Like, he crying incessantly, you know what I mean? Like, just various periods throughout the day, you know what I mean? Type shit. Meanwhile, I'm still getting gang stalked. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still, like, all this shit is going on and I'm still getting fucking harassed. You feel me? Like, everywhere that I go, even with him. You know what I mean? Like, these motherfuckers, like, went so far, like, started touching my son. Like, I'm blanking. You feel me? Like, but like this all playing into their hand of trying to make me look crazy. Like, oh, they're just normal people who just being friendly. I even had a gang stalker, you feel me, in Walmart one day, tell me like, talking to me in regards to my son, telling me what I need. You feel me? Telling me what I need to do in regards to my son. Telling me, you feel me, that like my son needs to be like I need to teach my son to be more friendly. You feel me? Type shit. So I snap on her. Like, bitch, don't tell me what the fuck to do with my goddamn son. Like, these people be out of pocket and very out of hand with a lot of shit that they do. Like, very out of pocket, like very out of hand, like with a lot of shit that they do. But they create this image of you when you react to that dumbass shit like you this monster. You know what I mean? And like I tell people, I ain't never been no individual who go out and start like looking for beef. I handle shit when it needs to be addressed. But you feel me? Like, as far as going to look for trouble, going to like harass motherfuckers and shit like that, I ain't never been on that type of time. Like, you feel me? Like, so it's just weird to me that motherfuckers find it okay and find it, you feel me, like hilarious and funny and are comfortable with doing this type of shit. You know what I mean? Like, to people. Like, but like I said, back into the story, it's like she just started gaslighting the fuck. Like, you hear the overhead. I get it all. I'm high priority, goddammit. I get it all. But yeah, like, she gaslighting the fuck out of me, causing these adverse reactions. Like I said, I ain't never turned up on I ain't never turned up on nobody that didn't deserve it. I've never turned up on anybody that didn't deserve it. Like, so, and like I said, when it come to my son, like, I don't give a fuck like how far it go, male, female, I don't give a damn. Like, you put yourself in harm's way fucking with my goddamn child. Like, point blank, period. But I'm just like, yo, like, long story short, shit been fucked up for your boy. Like, shit been fucked up for your boy. Like I said, like, these bitches have like sniffle under my nose, took my son away from me. You feel me? And it's like my family and them just playing like that's my shit. Like, motherfuckers just lying. Everybody just lying. Like, the fuck? Like, if you're gonna do this shit, be real. You feel me? Like, if it was that goddamn serious, I'm just like, yo, you could just be real. Like, yeah, this is what I'm doing. I did this because you did such and such and such. Even though it's like, it'll be all bullshit in my ears, because it's nothing that you could have ever made me do. You feel me? To put you in this position. Not if you're somebody that I truly ever loved and cared about. Nothing. Or even somebody that I hated. Cause like I said, man, like I wouldn't wish this type of shit like on my worst enemy. And I ain't even talking like I ain't gonna make it through this shit or nothing. Like, don't ever get that confused. You feel me? Like, as I speak, like, I'm just speaking from my heart right now. Like, this is where I'm at. This is where I'm at. But don't ever get it confused. Like, you feel me? Like, he's hopeless. Like, you feel me? He done threw in the goddamn towel. Like, no, it ain't none of that. It ain't none of that till I'm gone. Like, y'all went this far to do all this shit, or we at war till I'm finished. You got to know that. We at war till I'm finished. And that go for everybody involved. They go for everybody involved, whether I know you or whether I don't. Like, we at war till I'm finished. Like, but like I said, like, the shit has been really crazy, bro. Like, shit has been like really fucking crazy. And it's just like, this is the shit that I have to do. You know what I mean? Like, to be able to continue to just be able to clearly articulate myself without sounding fucking insane. You feel me? Like, to be able to continue to maneuver and walk amongst these bitches without punching one of them in their shit. Like, because it's funny to them. Like, you feel me? Like, this type of shit is like hilarious. to them. And that's some shit that I don't understand. That's some shit that I'll never be able to relate to. Like, for someone to find pleasure in the misery, in the heartache, in the pain, in the suffering, like, of someone else. That's a heartless motherfucker. That's a soulless motherfucker. And it ain't no links that they won't go. So to all you dumbasses who are willingly and willfully a part of this shit, especially if you want to, for the ones who don't know me, I don't give a fuck. I ain't got no point to prove to y'all. I never had no point to prove to anybody. But I definitely ain't got no point to prove to y'all. Like, I could give a fuck what you think I am. I could give a fuck what they told you about me. But to you dumbasses that sold me out, fuck you. It's forever fuck you. I forgive you. Because at the end of the day, you don't even know what you did. Maybe they told you it was for the money. Maybe they told you that I was this fucked up ass individual. Like, I don't know. I don't care what they told you. Either way. Anything done in the dark always comes to light. Whether it be a day, whether it be a year, whether it be a month, whether it be years, whether or not I'm around or not. But it'll always come to light. And at the end of the day, anything you do in this life, you got to pay for it. Anything you do in this life, just know you got to pay for this shit. So like I tell motherfuckers, I'll deal with this shit for right now. I'll deal with it all for right now. And it be the motherfucker that you want to see win. That's the crazy part. It be the motherfuckers that you want to see win, want to see grow, that you want to see heal. You know what I mean? Like, them be the motherfuckers that, like, be the first ones, like, to sell you out. I don't understand it. It ain't never been a time that I ain't even know all of what I thought I knew. If that makes any sense. But any information that I ran across that I felt like it could be beneficial not only to me, but to anybody around me, I'm willing to share that. My family going through different ailments. Motherfuckers in and out of the hospital. You feel me? I'm constantly trying to figure out what's going on with different issues that they have. You know what I mean? Finding different herbs, trying to find different remedy so we ain't gotta stay stuck on this dumbass Western way of living, or where we feel like that we have to go to a fucking doctor for a cure. That we have to run to a hospital every time that we have a fucking problem. No. That we got to take a pill every time we don't feel good. But it's just like motherfuckers are really comfortable like just being sheep. That's what I've grown to understand. Like motherfuckers are really comfortable like being sheep here. Like as long as it's easy, like as long as I don't step on nobody's toes, as long as I don't make nobody feel no type of way about me, as long as I continue to people please and smile in everybody's face like everything all good, even when I know I don't stand for half the shit that I allow. Yeah, I ain't mean to make this video that long, y'all. It's been about 20 minutes. Told you I just needed to get a couple things off my chest. There's been a lot going on. And yeah, sometimes you just need that release, yo. Like, no cut, no chaser. I ain't trying to sound cute. I ain't going back editing nothing. Like, what you see is what you get from all in all. Like, what you see is what you get. Like, I think I'm gonna cut it off here, and we right at 18 minutes. So yeah, hopefully you stay the duration. Hopefully you stay the duration if you watch this video. If not, it's all good too. I appreciate the views. Whether you watch a minute, whether you watch the whole 18, it's all good. The message will get to whoever it need to get to. But in the meantime, everybody stay safe, man. Stay out of the way as much as you possibly can. Continue to move in power. Peace.